I brought you a cigar.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Do I have to smoke it then?
Nope. You can take it and throw it away.
Is it a Drew Estate?
It is. It's their toast, though. It's their darker, less sweet. Check. I can barely hear me again.
I don't care.
That's fine. Dude, I'm so tired. This week.
I can hear you just fine.
Can you?
Yeah.
I can now.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
that sounds fine.
All right, because I could hear you before.
Oh, really? I was real quiet in my ears.
Yeah. No, you're good. All right, let me see it.
You don't have to even take it if you don't want it.
Well, I've heard good things about Drew Estate. It's the acid and punchlines.
I haven't had anything besides their acid line that isn't acid, but it's the toast. It's a darker
But it's still flavored.
blend. It's probably still sweet. I've never had one.
It smells sweet.
Okay, you don't have to. You're not going to offend me by saying I don't want a sweet cigar, because that just means I get to keep my cigar.
You do.
But if you want to try it, I brought it for you. Not that you were worried about offending me.
No. I'm not worried about offending anybody, really, at this
Right.
point in time in my life. I will take the kind gesture and try this.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Martel. I'm glad I didn't die in your yard.
I'm glad you didn't die in my yard either.
I just died in your yard tonight.
God, please don't.
Now you got to move my big fat corpse.
Nope.
Just call the farmer, like, get your tractor, scoop him up.
Not even doing that. I'm just calling EMS. I'm like, it's on you guys. I can't. There's no helping you in any way, shape, or form.
911, what's your
with this.
emergency? Send 2 EMT squads.
Send.
2. You're going to need extra guys.
Better yet, just
2
send
stretchers.
send a Chinook.
They just drop a cable.
Don't even. We don't need life flight. Just send a Chinook. We're gonna tow his ass out of here.
Oh,
There
man,
it
just
is.
see my big old fat dead body limp getting trucked through the sky. I'm like a bird. I always fly away.
Ooh, the cap's a little fucked up on this.
Is it?
Just a bit. Welcome to the Buckmore Podcast. I am Martel, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
Hey, man, it's been a hell of a week.
Yeah, it has been, actually.
Yeah, for you too. I've had, you can talk about yours and I can get into all mine because I have a feeling we both have stories.
Well,
It's
mine's
been 2 weeks since we've recorded.
It has. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded because I was out of town.
And we had a family reunion.
And you had a family reunion, which I don't understand.
It's cannot fathom.
I can't fathom family and reunion.
Well, I'm sorry, Batman, that your parents died.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Dark and brooding.
I was just saying, was that a little harsh?
No, I'm fine with it. I mean, you kind of have to be.
That's what.
At some point, you can't sit and
Let it control you.
just let it control you.
That's
I
a
mean,
buddy of mine today. First day back at church in 2 months since I've been sick, right? Because I'm coughing. I don't want to be on stage. trying to
Humble
play
brag.
bass. But it's like, they're like, we want you to play bass. I'm like, I'm not going to stay on stage coughing every 3 minutes. It's just not, it doesn't make sense. And so, yeah, I go back and my one buddy's like, I told him I've been stepping up my step count every couple of weeks and trying to get outside every day. And he said something about, I know you're not happy with where you are with your health. I want to help you. I want to come walk with you. I want to, whatever.
Yeah, I tried to do that. What'd you tell him?
Same thing I told you.
No.
I was like, we'll see.
I'm like, you should come to the gym. You should work out. We're going to do some things. You're like, no.
No, I am going to do things. Might not go to the gym, but I will be doing things. I wouldn't mind getting back to the gym.
So you gave me an acid toast from Drew Estates.
Yeah.
It's sweet, but I got to be honest. It tastes like the other acidy. What are you looking for?
My lighter.
Oh, it kind of tastes like the upsetter.
The one we liked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like
Yeah,
that.
I've never had one, so good. Well, that's good to know, because I still like that upsetter.
Yeah, that upsetter was good. It was good. This isn't bad. It's flavored, so
Yeah.
which I'm not against flavored. I just prefer.
Yeah.
Non-flavored.
You got your own toast taste.
Yeah, I got my own toasts.
Your own toast taste. But, yeah, so What was I saying? I don't
You
know.
were talking about going and doing your own thing, and
Yeah, I was there today. I don't know.
okay.
But yeah, I've been trying to move more, and I've changed some eating habits.
Good.
Yeah.
Because after our episode with Corey about fitness, I'm thinking about maybe doing like a sober October type of thing,
That's fine.
where we'll do like the same thing that basically Rogan did with the one sober October he had, because they change it. It's different every year.
Yeah.
But the one that they did was a fitness version. Was how many, like, we can set it up for whatever we want, but they were like, how much weight can you lose?
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Him and Burt Kreischer.
Yeah, and Ari and
Segura and
they always do that. Well, they were doing it every year, but kind of do something similar to that. But in order to make it somewhat not fair is not the word I'm going for. Just
no, say fair,
no, it's not fair.
because you are light years ahead of me.
Well, it's not fair. It's not the word fair. To make it even across the board as far as tracking, we all have to basically have the same tracking device. Like, you can't use your Android watch and my Garmin watch, and Corey can't use
Oh, okay.
like, a Fitbit. We
Yeah.
all have to basically have. You can still use it, but you say we still have to use the same device. That way, everything is the same.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, because they would all like one device would still monitor the same. So we'd have to like, either have the same cheap ass Fitbit or cheap ass Garmin watch, or
Well, then you guys buy a Fitbit Charge 3, because I still have one, and they're like $40 now, I think. And I think mine would still work. I haven't charged it since I got this over a year ago,
I mean,
or about a year ago. But
that would work for me. But
yeah, so,
I'm thinking about it. So
we've been dealing with this COVID thing.
yep.
And then two Fridays ago, now, as we're recording, Beth took the boys up, picked up Krista, GW's wife, my aunt, and they went out to see my grandma and grandpa, take the boys to see him and visit. Grandpa's 89, so, we try to get up there,
Yeah.
hang out with him. He's got family that live literally on the same lane as him, so he's not alone. He's got grandma still, and she's young, and she's like 15 years younger than him, so she's in good shape. She exercises, mows the yard. But they were up there, and he had fallen before they got there, and he lives on a hill.
Yeah.
And they have like a cascading garden out back, and he was standing looking towards the garden, fell backwards, so down the hill, smacked his head. Well, when they got there, he was on the front porch, and they heard what happened. And he was like, I'll be fine. I fall now. I'm old. That's what happens. And thankfully, Beth and Krista got him to the
That's not what happens.
to the doctor, because he was fine with the head. He hit his head pretty good, but no concussion or nothing. But he had fractured some bone in his back and his spine or something. So that was that Friday. Well, the following Monday, I'm working, get a text from Mom. Hey, Papa was was taken by squad to the ER. Heart issue, chest pain.
Okay.
So they get in. Of course, they're doing all the tests on him. And come Wednesday, they found out he had a mild heart attack. They put in a heart cath the next morning after he went. So Tuesday morning, they put in a heart cath. Tuesday evening, the surgeon basically said, to fix your heart, you need open heart surgery.
Yikes.
And he just told him straight up. He said, if you were my parent, I would not want you to get it done. But it's your decision.
Yeah.
So go home and think on it a week, and we'll reconvene. So Wednesday at 7, the surgeon came back, 7 in the morning, checked on him. They started the release process, or maybe it was Thursday. I don't know. Thursday, I think he went home, which I believe his decision is he ain't going to go through with it.
Okay.
But during all that, I'm still dealing with my BS, and Beth scheduled her surgery. She's going to have a big surgery coming up in October, but she got sick and didn't get better. So she goes to the doctor. Doctor wants to get blood work done. If you don't get better in a couple days, call me. Well, the blood work comes back. Doctor calls her Thursday evening, and says, hey, you need to get to the ER and get checked out. They need to do some scans and some tests and urine sample, whatever.
Yeah.
So she does, and she gets back home. So I was up Thursday until 4 a.m. on Friday morning. Slept until 11. Worked a little Friday. But they basically told Beth, we don't know what's going on. We have to wait for the test results.
Okay.
So Friday, I leave at 2, go get the car washed, or the truck, whatever, do a few things. And I drove to Columbus to meet some guys at Ding Ho on the west side, this Chinese restaurant we used to go to all the time when I was a kid, because we had our fantasy football draft.
Yeah.
So we start that in Dublin at 6. After the draft, some of us hang around and play poker. Don't leave Dublin until after 2, get home after 3.
Good God.
Had to take a mondo dump. Didn't have to the whole way home, but as soon as I walked in. So I do that. I didn't get to sleep Friday night / Saturday morning till 5. Slept until 11:30.
How the fuck do you do that?
It's
Well,
not
let me rephrase that. Why do you do that to yourself?
well, the one with Beth going to the ER was
That's different.
Yeah.
But the whole
staying up late playing poker
yeah.
because I started making money. When you're on a heater, you know.
I get it, but I just
Plus, here's the other thing. Aside from coming to see you, I've not had any sense of normalcy with friends in over 2 months.
I don't have. I only have you coming out.
I'm it.
That you're it. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I don't really fucking go anywhere. Now I did go to Brewfest.
Yeah, you did, and you got to go to the gym. You have some people at the gym.
When my classes at the gym. You know how many people were in my class at the gym?
No.
2.
Oh, really? You go to
Liz
the
and
farm? Oh, that's kind of nice.
That's it.
Brandon and/or Jimmy.
Well, no, just Brandon or Mike. Jimmy isn't coaching at the gym right now.
Oh, okay.
Or at least he's not coaching
Your classes.
my classes.
Okay.
My noon classes.
Well, then you're welcome for coming out here.
Yeah. So it's just I occasionally go hang out with somebody, but it's not like
Yeah.
Brewfest. I was with friends of ours, and I met up with Michael and some others down there, like ran into people.
Yeah.
Didn't talk. I went to Marion, but the guy that we talked to at Marion, I didn't see. Marion Brewing.
I liked Marion. They had some.
They
good
didn't
stuff.
have that same. I mean, they brought different stuff again this
Right.
year, but it wasn't as good as last year's.
Really? How was Brewfest overall?
Overall, it was pretty good. It fucking poured
I was wondering.
for like 45 minutes
Yeah.
while we were there. We thought we dodged it, and
Did you just stand out in the rain and drink beer?
no, we stood under someone's tent and drank their beer.
They
I just
drank
kept handing my glass. I'm like, just fill
Punch
it
my
up.
card.
No, I mean, fuck that. This is a rain delay. I get free drinks on this.
This event is under a rain delay.
But the a couple of them, like towards the end of the night again, like no one was giving a shit about punching cards.
Yeah, I mean,
It's stupid. They're, whatever.
Well, the funny thing is, the card's got what, like 25 punches?
25 punches.
Yeah.
I had 6 punches left on my card.
And you
I
probably drink 50.
And I know that I drank more than the punches left.
Yeah.
And one of the breweries were like, they were so stingent about it. They were like, where's your card? I'm like, we're not doing this shit. Just fucking pour the beer. He's like, we need to punch your card. I'm like, okay. I said, here's the deal. It's 10 o'clock. We're all leaving. Just pour the shit. The event's over.
Yeah.
How much beer you got left? I said, because every one of these breweries isn't punching a card anymore. They're trying to get rid of their shit. They're putting it in pitchers and dumping it in people's glasses.
That's what I say. They're probably trying to find ways to.
They want.
What are they going to do with it?
Right. They want to get rid of it.
Yeah,
it's a
already,
tapped keg.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say. It's a tapped keg. You can't just take it back and put it in the fridge.
No. And I'm like, and he was like, I'm like, fuck. I went right next door to the next tent. I'm like, fill me up. And he's like, there you go. I'm like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I don't remember what brewery it was where I'd call them out for their bullshit, but just like, it's not being assholes about it. It's literally, like, it wasn't 10 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock.
Oh, whatever.
But the event was over at 10, and I'm like, no one's punching cards anymore. Like, we're beyond punching cards. We're all drunk now.
Was it stupid loud music again?
It wasn't as bad as it was last year.
Okay, that's good. Honestly, when you ask me, I'm like, I can't stand and walk around very long right now anyway. I'm not going to go down there on a freaking hover round.
That would have been hilarious.
Where everyone's like, he's not handicapped, he's just fat.
I'm like, yeah, he's a little handicapped.
Well, mentally, but not in the way to get a placard in a hover round.
Yeah, so it was a good time.
That's good. I'm glad you had fun. I thought about it while you were there. I was like, oh, he's at Brewfest, and I saw your social medias.
My one post.
Your one post.
That was all anybody ever got.
And I was like, that would have been fun, but at the same time, like, it rained hard today. I feel like garbage. So I'm glad I decided not to go.
Yeah.
But hopefully next year I'll be back to feeling better. And so, yeah, it's been a couple of months for us.
Yeah. It
But
has.
just like I said in church this morning, when somebody asked how I was doing,
Fine, motherfucker.
I said, listen, bit. But I said, you got to fight through the valleys if you ever want to stand on top of another mountain. It's Joe Dirt, man. You got to keep on keeping on.
No.
Life's a garden. Dig it?
Nope.
No?
I'm not doing any of that shit. I have this week at work.
Martell's like, I'm just living in the valley.
I'll just
Buy
stay.
a lake, build a cabin.
I'll just stay here in the valley of the shadow of death. It was this week at work. Not that I'm going to talk work shit, but I have been thrown under the bus
Nice.
by a team of people.
A whole team?
Yes, an entire team. I crawled out from underneath that bus, stood on top of the bus, picked the bus up, flew up in the air, and slammed that shit back into them.
I like how you picked up the bus while standing on it.
I did. It's like it's a superhero move.
Yeah, that's unheard of. Impressive.
I'm goddamn amazing. They tried to throw me under the bus for something I didn't do, and I just literally picked that bus up.
Yeah.
And just beat the shit out of them with it.
Yeah, I got an email this week from the guy that runs. He kind of watches over every facility in the state.
Yeah.
And there are 3 guys under him that are one's north, one's central, one's south. And he sent an email, said, hey, the guy up north at this site found the chiller off. What the F? Is this your team? What's going on? And he sent it to the liaison between the Army and us, but he included everybody. And I replied back.
Just go flip the switch.
Well, he said he turned it back on. I replied back. I said, here's the email I sent on the 18th. When my guy found it turned off, it wasn't us. But he asked why it was off, and I told him not to turn it on because
you didn't turn it off. Yeah.
If somebody turned it off and there's not a lockout tag out, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We tried contacting that guy over that region. I had him call twice. I called twice. I sent a text, and here's an email with the date, and I have not heard a reply. And I didn't get a response.
Of course you didn't.
Which is fine. But I'm like, I tried. I tried. That's why I email and text everything, so I have screenshots or email proof.
I've started doing that more with certain things, but it was very much you didn't do this, you refused to do this, and I'm like, never refused to do anything.
Yeah.
I said, matter of fact, I've never been late with anything that I've ever done. I said, why would I refuse to do something? I said, but I will tell you right now, I did say that something was not my priority. I said I had other priorities. I said, which would just happen to be the same priorities as this team. I said, but for whatever reason, this team changed their priorities, and they're not allowed to do that. I said they have to follow what the product owner dictates the priority is. I said, because that's where I get my priorities.
Yeah.
So you can't just change priorities. And the guy who was running the call, he's like, I want to see this list of priorities from you, not from he was yelling at the team, the team leader, from you that the PO sent to you that Brandon's talking about. Oh, you just ashed all over yourself.
I did. That wasn't even a very big...
No, you're got an uneven burn going there, though.
I do. I just noticed that.
And they were like, well, like started stammering. And I'm like, there you go, guys. And then this guy just proceeded to like lay into them about not following the priority list and making their own priorities as they went and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, there's the second beating with the bus. It was like a good 15-minute rant that I went on about them not doing their job. They weren't happy with me. Hi, babe.
Hey. That sun tea's working quick.
Oh, you already got some out there?
The first time she came out, I thought it was just a big jug of water. She sat down, went inside, and I was like, no, that's random. And then I was like, oh, it's tea. Okay.
I didn't realize you brought it out and set it out.
Makes
there.
sense.
All right. But, so anyway, so you said you were going to have topics for today.
I did.
Do you?
I do.
Let's get one.
I have a did you know. We can just call this one did you. I'm giving you a title so you don't even have to think. Did you know?
What's up? You're listening.
Well, you should download then. And subscribe.
No. No. My 8-year-old, almost 9-year-old does not need to download.
Almost, jeez.
Oh. My 9-year-old going on 30-year-old.
Yeah, right? That's Judd. Well, he's 3, but he's almost 4.
And then we have a whiskey flight to go through today.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that before we got into stuff too.
Okay. It's a whiskey flight.
It is, yeah. I figure if it blind tasting, obviously, there's no bottles out. So.
There's no bottles out. I know what's what because I had to pour them.
Well, I figured, and you've got them in specific glasses that match.
Yes, I went ahead and did that too.
So I'm excited because usually, anytime I bring anything, I make you taste it blind. So.
Well, one of these you've had. 2 of these I'm not sure if you had. But you're not going to be able to guess them right off the bat.
I probably won't be able to guess any of them. And we made another podcast change their name.
We made a podcast change.
Yeah, that was funny.
But that was coming anyway.
The funny thing was how he was like, "There's a new name. There's a podcast out there called the Buckhorn Podcast, and people were getting confused. So we changed it. We'll just leave it at that." I emailed the guy that ran it over there, and he and I had some misunderstandings.
We didn't have misunderstandings.
That's why I thought I was like, "There's no misunderstanding."
There was no misunderstanding from my side. I knew exactly what my show name is and what I have. So, and how long I've been doing it and how long you've been doing it. And there's no misunderstandings.
They were nice enough to just change their name.
They were. That's all I asked them to do.
Yep.
That was it.
Live and let live, man.
It was this is an intellectual property thing. Your name is way too close to ours.
Cease and desist.
I would prefer that if you just go ahead and change your name.
You know what's funny? I listened to the rest of that episode eventually.
You know what? You know what's going to be funnier? So we actually change our name.
That would be funny.
And then blame it on them.
And we changed our name because you. No, so what's really funny is they changed their name, and then the one guy, not the you of the show, the me of the show, said, "Yeah, I went ahead and signed us up for Instagram." The other guy's like, "I don't really do Instagram or Facebook. Facebook booted me," and he's like, "I do Instagram, but that's it." And then they were like, he's like, "What's that one I hate?" And the other guy's like, "TikTok." I was like, "They're literally us. They're like a drier, outdoorsy version of us."
Yeah.
But he's like, "Yeah, I signed up for Instagram."
Not that I want to get back in it, but they even start the show the same way.
They do. And it was funny because he goes, "What's our Instagram handle so people know?" And he goes, "Buckhorn Ministries 2021." He's like, "Why 2021?" He goes, somebody else had Buckhorn Ministries. I'm like, you find your own name, guys.
Yeah. Do some research here, people.
Exact Google. It was just so funny because after today, and they changed their show name because of our show. Then they go to do an Instagram, and they're like, "Oh yeah, somebody else has that already." He's like, "Really?"
Like I knew that there's a Buckhorn Hotel and there's a Buckhorn High School and
there's a lot.
There's a Buckhorn Lake.
There's a Buckhorn town.
There's a town of Buckhorn. There's a
here in
bourbon
Ohio.
too.
There's one. It's a Buckhorn. It's like a big old plane I drive by sometimes when I go up north and take back roads.
Yeah.
Huge, like 20-foot tall letters all along the side of this warehouse says Buckhorn. I'm like, I need to get a picture by that. I don't know what it is. I've never Googled that. But anyway.
I think we talked about it on the last mini show.
Did we? I can't remember.
I don't remember. It hasn't released yet anyway, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
But we're not getting any feedback on doing 2 shows a week now, so thank you guys for that.
I love your angst. That's definitely going to end up getting us more listeners.
I know. But it's like we do this for you, not for us. I mean, we were doing this for us. Now we're doing it for you because the people demand it.
The person demands it.
The Mo.
The Mo.
Actually, we haven't done what Mo wants yet, so he doesn't want mini shows. He wants micro shows.
Well, you know what? He's only paid one time in his 4 years of listening. So if you want to hear more Mo, subscribe to our Patreon. I did have a couple people ask if we had a Patreon.
I thought about it. We could set. The problem is I could set one up through. I may have to do it outside of Podbean for the hosting.
That's what I would do.
But you can set it up through Podbean, but then Podbean tries to take a portion of that as well.
That's bullcrap.
And I'm like, you guys are already getting enough money out of it.
Yeah, we're paying for your...
Yeah, I don't...
As a matter of fact, we just paid for it.
Yeah, so we got another year of this before we decide what we're going to do.
But yeah, I did have somebody say, hey, because I've heard other podcasts say, hey, exclusive on our Patreon, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
$5 a month.
I thought about that, but what would the exclusive content be? Just me cussing more?
My balls.
I mean...
Feet pictures.
That I need. I still haven't.
Yeah, you got to get on that.
I need to get on that. I need to... Actually, so I went ahead and got onlyfans.com/Martell. So I have @Martell on OnlyFans. But I don't want to use that for my feet photo account. I'm going to have to create another account.
At Martell's feet.
No, I was thinking like ogre feet.
Buckhorn Ministries Outdoor Show feet.
2021.
2021.
I was thinking something. I don't know. I was thinking something
Ogre
else.
feet.
Ogre feet. Trollikins. But.
All right.
All right. So you got a did you know?
I have several.
Okay.
But we can space them out, and
Yeah. Well, let's
if
do
my
that.
phone don't die. Did you know in the original Little Red Riding Hood, it's so hard for me to say the jokes I want to with your 8-year-old standing right here.
Bear, go down to the pool.
She can still hear me, though.
That's it. It is what it is. I mean, I've said some pretty foul things around her.
Okay.
Hey. Then go inside. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
I love pizza chicken grease.
Ooh.
Love pizza chicken grease. That's what it sounded like you said.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
I know what you said. Did you know in the original Little Red Riding Hood, the wolf forced her to eat her grandma out?
Eat her grandma out.
I might have added the out.
Yeah.
That's what I was about
The
to
wolf-
say, and then I looked over and your daughter standing 10 feet away from us.
The wolf forced Little Red Riding Hood to eat the grandma?
To eat her grandma, yeah, in the
No.
original.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I feel like there's a very good reason that was changed.
Well, the wolf eats the grandma
Yeah.
in the version I know.
There's some really messed up children's stories.
They're all messed up children's.
Like Hansel and Gretel.
They're all the stories are messed up.
That's weird.
Does this show suck too?
On a scale of 1 to horrible.
She said, it's so bad I'm not even paying attention.
So bad, I'm going back inside on this beautiful day.
But no, like Hansel and Gretel, like you said,
What are some other ones? Three Little Pigs.
Three Little Pigs is pretty bad.
The funny thing is the cartoon of the Three Little Pigs is the picture on the wall that says Dad, and it's a bunch of sausage links.
Yeah. That's the Disney version.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, why isn't the...
Like the old lady living in the shoe. I guess that's just
That's just
dumb.
poverty.
Yeah.
No, the one with the three bears.
Goldilocks. Yeah.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears. They basically try to eat her for stealing.
Yeah. Well, she broke many laws.
Yeah, she's breaking and entering, destroying private property, stealing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she broke all kinds of laws.
I bet she just took a big old dump in their toilet too.
Probably.
Eating all that different
Right in the little
porridge.
toilet, though, and it clogged it.
And the baby bear said, "Look at this giant log stuck in my toilet.
And
Water's
it's-
overflowing.
And it's still here.
And it's still, it won't go away." That reminds me, man. So I was talking with some friends. I forget when. It was at the family reunion. And they were talking about doing homework and renovations and cleaning. We got on the subject of cleaning drains.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just so glad I don't have to unclog toilets anymore. Like when I first started home maintenance and crap. There was this, when I was working in senior living, there was a apartment that somebody lived in for 20-something years. When they moved out, it needed new carpet, new floors, paint, new toilet. It's just not destroyed, but it was just really old and been used. So
Been dumped upon.
so many dumps. Old person dumps too. It's like
They're dehydrated.
it's a fine mixture of like used motor oil and snail slime. Just a paste that comes out of their bums.
That's disgusting.
I hope somebody's eating while they're listening to this episode.
Probably going to be Mo.
Probably. Don't choke on your chicken, Mo. But this lady moved in after we did a full renovation. New high-capacity flush whatever toilet. Whatever. And like the third day she's there, I get a call. Toilet's clogged. I'm like, okay. Shit happens, right?
Literally.
Right. So I go in, and I'm like, oh, that's the biggest turd I've ever seen in my life. Now, this is a bigger, older woman. And when I say older, you have to be over 63. She was in her late 60s, early 70s. I don't remember. Somewhere around there. And I was like, that's not just clogged. I'm going to have to
Extract.
plunger. No, I was like, I got to break this up. I ain't pulling that thing out.
You should have said, I've got to extract that.
I've got to birth this baby from that, grab it out of that birth canal. And so
Send over the snooks.
So I got it done. A couple days later, I'm at the other side. I watched 2 apartment buildings. Get a call from the manager. Hey, her toilet's clogged again. Go unclog it. And I went downstairs and I was like, you need to call her nurse's aide or her doctor and get her on something because she is putting out the biggest turd I've ever seen. And the apartment manager was an older woman. Vicky, loved her. Absolutely loved her. Still talk to her every now and then on Facebook to this day. And she knows my humor because I would joke around with her like I'd be professional in front of residents, and I got her to laugh and just talking about how big this turd was. And she was like, oh, you got to stop, get out of here. So the next time I went up there, an even bigger turd. This thing had the girth of an NFL football. Shit you not.
How does that's
Shit you not. That's what I thought. See those little flower pots? No lie, the top rim of that, at least that big around.
in the middle?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was shaped like a football.
Jesus.
I took a picture. I unclogged the toilet. I went down and I said, because the old lady's yelling at me. She's like, you need to fix these toilets. I said, ma'am, that's a brand new toilet. And it's got a better flush whatever rating than all the other ones in this building. I didn't say it that way. I said nicer.
I would have said it that way.
I went down to the manager and I'm dying laughing because I walked in and I said, I found the problem. And she goes, what? I said, she just gave birth to a toddler and tried to flush it. And she said, oh, stop. I shut the door so, nobody walking by would hear us.
Yeah.
I said, Vicky, this lady, I'm telling you, I've never seen, I worked on a farm and I saw a horse put down a smaller turd than this. She goes, you're lying. I put up my phone and showed it to her and her eyes got big as freaking saucers, man. She was like, I'm going to call her a nurse right away.
No shit.
I said, I'm surprised there's not blood in that toilet because she is pushing out. And I'll tone it down now because Liz is coming out with a plate of food and I don't want to gross her out. But it was the biggest human turd I've ever seen in my life. Hi. That's what you video the reaction. So yeah, I forget what started me on that story, reminded me of it, but
I don't remember either.
that was my life before
Jesus.
what I do now.
Well,
It did not pay enough.
You know how we got to that?
Whiskey.
No.
Oh.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
I mean, who doesn't start talking about a child's story and end up with a Mondo turd story?
I mean, I guess. I guess.
Thing was hard too. Tom Brady would have struggled to hoist that thing and throw it.
Well, you can't deflate it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, it was seriously. I'm like, if that had laces and an NFL logo on it, it would just look like a football.
My mic's making all kinds of noises.
That's okay. It's okay. So yeah, giant turd.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. So let's see. I wanted to wait and do the flight about halfway through. So let's do that.
All right, let's do it then.
Let's do it. So go ahead, pick any one of those.
Well, I'm just going to go left to right then. So
Okay.
I'm going with the
You're going with the card glass then.
card glass. Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, give that a sniff, give that a taste.
Wow.
Tell me what you.
Ooh, I left my water in my truck. I got a little of my finger when I fingered the glass by accident.
That's all right.
It was a little moist, so I just licked it off.
So
this,
yeah, I need to look up.
my nose is,
Some-
as always, kind of stuffed up.
This is the part I forgot to do before, but that's all right.
Yeah, well, we don't plan a lot.
No, I planned this.
This is a maker's mark. How far off am I?
Way, you're real far off.
That was just the first name popped in my head. I honestly don't know what this is.
Well, I can tell you that it's good.
It smells good, and is this one I've had?
I don't know that you've had this one, to be honest.
Okay.
But I can't remember. So, what you got on it?
It smells. It's not like a rye. I get no pepper or anything. It's a sweeter smell.
Okay.
I get some fruity and some floral notes.
Okay.
maybe a baby touch of it. I'm not sure if it's vanilla or not. I mean,
I need to grab my glass here and
yeah, I smell a little vanilla there.
see what's up. I'm trying to find the... Okay, there we go. That's what I want. All right. That works.
What are you getting on it?
So for me, I get a little something sweet, and kind of a... It's somewhat floral. Almost like it's almost like a sweet tea.
Yeah, it's like a sun
Or-
tea.
Or like a sun tea, or
Do you drink sweet tea, or do you guys just drink?
I just drink straight sun tea.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's not.
I don't drink sweet tea a lot anymore, but if I drink tea, it's often a sweet tea.
And a little bit of wood on the scent.
Yeah,
So sweet,
I'm not sure I get the wood.
little woody,
For me, it's like potpourri,
orange.
and- well, I was gonna say potpourri and a fruit kind of sweetness, not sugar. Like a
No, like I'm getting like orange. I get like it's. I want to say sweet tea. It's not. It's not like a sweet tea. It's
like a
orange.
peach tea. You're not supposed to snort it.
No, I know. I'm gonna taste it.
Well, if you're going to taste it, then I probably should do the same.
Yeah, you should do the same. So, ooh, it's good.
I'm going to say this is between 103 and 109
And
proof.
4. 103 and 104 proof.
I'm putting it between 103 and 109 because I think it's about 106 to 7ish.
Okay.
But because it's got burn, but it's not killer burn. It hit me late.
Yeah.
I lit on the tip of the tongue, and then not till it got down the chest
All right.
is where the burn was. So I don't think it's 118. I don't think it's real high. It might be lower than that even. But
No, it's very. To me, it's very light.
yeah, this one,
got-
I bet this is great on the rocks. It'd be a good refresher
Yeah.
sipper whiskey.
Yeah, it would be.
I don't know what, it doesn't smell or taste like anything familiar to me. It smells and tastes like everything familiar to me all at once.
Okay.
Almost like an infinity bottle, like a bunch of good stuff mixed. But I don't think I've had just this
Does not pair well with this
with the cigar.
with this acid. The two flavors do not. The flavored cigar with the whiskey.
Oh
does
yeah,
not,
that could change it.
does not go good together at all. So on the nose, oak, orange, and butterscotch.
Okay.
That's what it says. On the tongue, smoke, caramel, and golden raisin.
Oh, we didn't talk about what we're tasting.
We didn't, but I just throw it out there. Because after hitting the cigar and then taking a sip, it didn't mesh, and I lost it.
Yeah, it's good. What
and
is
then
it?
the finish is a long peppery finish with notes of tobacco.
I might get that if I want to smoke a cigar at the same time. The cigar's
Oh, I'm not
probably
going to tell you what it
overpowering.
is yet.
Can you tell me the proof?
90.
First time?
You all right?
Yeah, I took a puff of my cigar and I went to talk, and in doing so, inhaled by accident just a little bit. So that's probably going to be good for my lungs.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
What's funny is I almost said 90. I was like, it's not a 90.
No, it's a 90.
It's got to be 100. Okay.
It's a 90.
I should have went with my gut. Dang it. I would have been spot on. I almost said 90. It's pretty good.
It's good. It would taste a lot better probably on ice,
I think it would taste great on ice.
or as a mixer,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not terrible.
or without a flavored cigar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sorry.
Sorry. All right. So we got that one. We'll finish this one.
I got another. I can do another. Did you know? Whenever you want.
I was going to say, you can do another Did You Know, but I have a comment about Blanton's.
Okay.
Because on all these forums I'm on, and people are still doing it, it's the same shit day in and day out.
Yeah.
It's not I got a bottle of Blanton's. I want $400 for it. It's, well, I was down at so and so, and I saw that they have this store in whatever southern state. They've got Blanton's. They want $200 for it, or they want $300 for it, or upwards. I've seen to people posting photos of $400 for it.
There ain't no way.
It's a $52 bottle. It's $60.
Yeah,
It's a $30 whiskey in a
really cool
in a $60 bottle.
It's a cool bottle, yeah.
That's what it is. Just because I want Buffalo Trace to raise the price of Blanton's retail to $100.
So here's something I think would be funny.
I think there's a reason. I think if they did that, it would lose all its stigma. It's not a $100 whiskey.
No.
So raise it to make it a $100 whiskey and knock this
what happened with
second party bullshit off.
Yeah, but those second party taters that buy it just to flip it, or buy it and think they know, I drink fancy. They would buy it even more.
They would.
They would. I bet they would.
I don't think they would, because they buy it because it's cheap.
I bet
They buy it because at $60, it's cheap. And if they can turn around and make $150 off of it, they're making a huge profit. But if they bump the price to $100 on it, now it's not a cheap whiskey anymore.
I would like to see Buffalo Trace take a note out of Payless Shoes' book.
And open their own cheap stores?
No. So what Payless Shoes did was they went, I think it was either New York or it was some big city, and they went to some upscale part of town, bought a storefront, or at least one, and opened a shoe store called Palazzi. And they had it all high-end. They invited all these influencers, new shoe designer, high-end crap, come get it, and they put in their shoes in the display. They looked like fancy shoes, and all these influencers, they have them on video. I just got these for $600. Look how cute they are. Blah, blah. It was a $34.95 pair of shoes. This person paid $600 for.
Yeah,
it was a social experiment that Payless Shoes did. Now, in the end, they got all their money back and got to keep the shoes. But I'm like, that is what is wrong with our country.
Yeah,
I would love to see Buffalo Trace put the lowest run-of-the-mill, barely aged 2 years, into a Blanton's like bottle and charge
$100.
Call it Blanton's limited release. Stick it up your butt. We're only making 100 bottles of this, and charge.
They do that with
400 bottles.
They do that with Eagle Rare.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they
but
do
see
it
the idiots that do it, and then talk about how good it tastes, and it's just like Weller Special Reserve in the bottle.
Yeah.
I guarantee you 90% of the people would not ever be able to taste a difference.
Well,
if they even kept it, they'd probably try and flip it.
More than likely. I mean,
but yeah.
Well, they should put they should start incorporating some sort of like tagging system.
That's what the world's come to.
So that you can't flip the bottle.
I keep taking really little sips of this because it's got a bold flavor.
Yeah. It's really good.
For being 90 proof.
But it's...
Just tell me now, are one of these Beam 8-star Kentucky Tavern?
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you. Because I was like, this one tastes good. And one, I don't want to taste that again. And two, I'd be really afraid if I said it tastes good and it was.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I'd be like, man, maybe I don't know what I'm doing.
Those are gross.
Yeah, this is good.
Super gross.
90 proof.
90 proof.
I should have said it. All right, so next, did you know?
Yeah, give me another did you know.
Did you know horror movies use soundtracks that include infrasounds that cannot be heard by human ears, but they're known to induce anxiety and heart palpitations?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Kind of like subliminal messages that, when they say they flash an image you can't see because it's so fast.
Yeah.
They do that with sounds.
I don't pay attention to the sounds in movies.
You don't have to pay attention to it, though. That's the thing.
I know, but like...
You don't even know it's affecting you.
The... In some cases, I didn't even know that there was music playing because I just don't pay attention to the background sound. So they'll do it with like John Wick.
Yeah.
They'll have like some intense techno music or something going on, or horrific techno music when he's kicking the shit out of people. I had to go back and like rewatch because I didn't realize there was music even playing.
But see, I think whether you realize it or not, it still affects the way you perceive what you're seeing.
It might.
There's science behind it. I'm
not saying that's not the case. I'm just saying that
it's not something you notice.
I never paid attention and never noticed it.
Yeah. Because in situations like that, like a horror movie or John Wick, it's not like a movie soundtrack. It's not like a song you know. Like I know right now, like 10 Things I Hate About You starts off with, "It's been 1 week since you looked at me."
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Because I just, like I said, I don't pay attention to
Right.
to music in songs or music in songs, music in movies.
Liz is right. This sucks.
Yeah, well, it's happened. Anyway, what do you got? Did you know?
Another one? Yep, I got another one.
Do another one.
I don't know how many I got, but I've got many. Whoops, I closed it.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to finish this cigar.
That's fine. You're not going to offend me. It's like a $8 or $9 cigar.
I know, but I don't like to start something and not be able to finish it.
If you're not enjoying it, I would rather you not finish
Oh no, I'm enjoying it. After
with the bourbon and
it just didn't go well with that
yeah.
whiskey. And there's a big old grasshopper behind you.
I'm going to eat it.
I guess maybe if it could become a locust.
Is that grass? I knew it was grass. I'm going to eat it.
Oh, there it went. Just jumped into the tree.
Did you know that an average person walks past 36 murderers
Yes.
in their lifetime?
Yes.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I always fit because I listen to all the true crime stuff. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
I listen to between podcasts and YouTube channels, and some do both, like Mr. Ballin. I probably listen to a good 10 and follow actively 10 different accounts that do really well. They're so good that even when they cover the same person or the same story, it's different. I learn something new each time.
Yeah.
And every time I'm out in public, I'm like, I look around. Croft taught me situational awareness.
Well, right. I'm always
So I'm
always
looking
been
around,
weird.
looking at people, and I'm like, you look like you might have killed somebody. Could be way off, but I'm like, I know somebody I've interacted with has killed somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe they killed somebody, got out of jail. Maybe they killed somebody, got away with it. I don't know.
Abortion.
There's that.
What?
What happened?
Me too. Anyway. Yeah, I did know that. I've heard that like several times. I've heard the number vary dramatically, like from 37 to like 50 some.
That's the thing. I was like, how do they know it's exactly 36? But
Right. Yeah, I've heard different numbers.
I would say most people don't think about that walking down the street.
No. So, all right. So that's good.
That is good.
Let's do the next one.
Give me a second because I don't have water.
Well, that's fine. Do you want some?
Yeah, just to help cleanse my palate.
Yeah, I can go grab you some.
You do that. I don't have a song ready to sing. 3 times I've been around that track. Something, ain't looking back. Something, ain't no holler back girl. I ain't no holler back girl. 2 trailer park girls go around the outside. Around the outside. They are going around the outside. I ain't no hollaback girl. I ain't no hollaback girl. Even though my milkshake, it brings the boys to the yard. And they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but it would cost you because I'd have to charge. I just realized the whole time, I forgot Liz was out here. I probably just annoyed her with my my little medley there of like 3 or 4 different songs. I threw Eminem in there.
Wow.
Yeah. Went from Fergie to Eminem to, I don't know. I forget already.
Isn't Holler Back Girl Gwen Stefani?
Sure. I don't know, dude. They're all the same.
Okay.
They're all Avril Lavigne.
Cool. All right. Well.
All right. Let's go to the...
all right. So the Chad Karen.
Yep, Chad Karen here. Little...
Yeah.
I've had this one. Have I?
I don't think you've had any. I think you've had 1 out of the 3 of these, to be honest.
2 of 3. They
Matter of fact, I'm almost certain you've had 1 out of the 3 of these.
This one smells less sweet and a little bit more spices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little bit of a
I get spicy. I get
little bit of a peppery, not real heavy.
some peppery. I get a little bit of vanilla,
I think I smell paprika in here, some nutmeg,
nutmeg,
oregano.
It's not an Italian dish.
There's definitely toe of wart in here. It's pasta sauce, ain't it?
Yeah,
This is ragu.
it's ragu. It's in there. Oh, that's Prego.
Prego.
No, there I do get nutmeg. I
Touch
get
of Heinz 57 sauce.
I get some vanilla, little sweetness.
Yeah, there's sweetness there. It's
And
just not
then-
as sweet and florally to me as the last one.
No.
But it's sweet with a little bit of... It's like a light peppery.
Yeah.
Not like a real...
It's
Not like the pepper you can get at Olive Garden.
it smells dry.
It's like the pepper you get that comes in the 2-pack with the cardboard shakers.
Yeah.
It's like the cheap pepper.
Yeah. It smells like it'd be dry.
Yeah, I don't know. Good legs on it. Good color. Really light.
Very light.
Tastes low proof. I'm probably wrong on that too.
I have to look.
Because I
No, don't.
I got a little burn on the tip, just the tip, and then a little bit in my chest, but not as much as the last one. I'm going to say this one is 93 proof.
Okay.
Am I even close?
Well, it's 45.5%.
I am close then.
So
That'd be 91.
91.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's lingering on my tongue, the aftertaste,
Yeah.
which is good in a good way.
It sticks with you. It's like a Dorito.
Once you pop, you just can't stop.
No, that's Pringles.
Oh.
Now, Dorito apparently has a thing where they have figured out how to keep the flavor on your tongue.
Yeah, they covered all that magic dust that tastes so
And-
delicious.
Well, it sticks with it so that until you get to the next chip.
They're so brilliant.
It is.
Infrasounds and Doritos, man. They're controlling our minds and our habits.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I really wish the bottom of my glass said the Chad Karen glass instead of the Glen Karen. So do you get anything else on the taste?
This tastes like sweet tea to me. A lot.
Okay.
It's a sweeter taste, a little honey, I think, like a honey sweet tea. I'm getting. I get a little bit of a peppery, but it's not much. It's like more on the
Okay.
aftertaste, I think.
All right. So on the nose, nutmeg, vanilla, and sherry.
Yeah, I was right on nutmeg.
That's where the dry smell.
Yeah.
Sherry's kind of a dry. Taste, oak, sorghum, and plum. I don't know what sorghum is.
Sorghum's like it's thick honey,
It's like gargamel.
molasses.
Gargamel.
It's
Sorghum and Gargamel are chasing Smurfs with Azrael.
yeah.
And then the finish is a long peppery finish with hints of dry fig.
Yeah, I said pepper on the aftertaste.
So
Yeah.
it is
I
peppery.
don't know what dry fig tastes like, but I'll just take their word for it.
It's like a fig Newton.
I love fig Newtons.
So I can eat that shit like a wood
They're
chipper.
dude, they're so underrated.
Like just a whole sleeve, like gone. I just got
And then
something in my eye again.
You shove it down through your mouth like that, chewing real fast, and then just shoots out your butt like
Yep.
a bunch of little pieces of it.
Like little fig Newtons come out, and then you can re-eat those.
Never go hungry again.
That's right.
You're basically just oh my goodness. We would just be food processors at that point
I am basically a food processor.
with anxiety.
Yeah. You are a food processor, technically.
Yeah, I don't. You are, but I don't want to eat anything after it's been processed. I'm not into that.
I think I'm gonna name this show Toilet Turd.
That's fine. Toilet baby.
Toilet baby. God.
Oh man,
All right, where are we at?
dude, that reminds me of the song "Dumpster Baby" from Family Guy.
I haven't heard that song.
We might play it at the end.
All right.
We'll see.
Well, let's finish this one up. Let's get into this last one.
All right, I'm going to do another Did You Know, and then I'll take some drinks while we talk.
All right.
Did you know there are thousands of old diseases frozen in the glaciers of the world?
That I did.
Global warming will eventually release them all.
That I did know. Because they
I didn't know they would be. Are they still going to be as effective? That's the thing. 'Cause we've evolved.
if they're dormant and we've never interacted with them, then I would say yes.
I tend to agree with you. I don't know, but that would be my thought.
That's my thought on it.
I mean, that seems pretty logical.
Is that they would be, just because they're dormant doesn't mean they're not potent. But I did know about that as well.
That's when I read it and I was like, I feel like I knew this, but I don't know if I knew this. Like I think I remember it, but I'm not sure.
It's getting windy.
That's a good breeze. I like it.
Oh, I do too. Just got to keep an eye on that umbrella doesn't take off like Mary Poppins.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps. Just the tip go down. Just the tip go down.
All right. Okay, I found a better for this last one. Found a much better tasting notes.
Oh, for the next one we're going to do?
Yeah.
Did you know pine trees can grow in human lungs?
Yes.
A man once went into surgery to remove what doctors thought was a tumor. It was a pine tree growing in his lungs.
Yeah.
I read that as I was coughing.
You have pine trees in your lungs.
I was like, oh, I just got a little ecosystem in there.
Yeah, you have pine trees.
Tiny squirrels running around just frolicking with their tiny balls.
That's why everything tastes like Pine Sol.
Everything tastes like Pine Sol because I drink Pine Sol. That's how I got rid of COVID. I was like,
This one.
Injecting bleach? Dumb. Drink Pine Sol, idiot.
Well, what's funny is during the whole COVID thing, Trump had kind of jokingly made a comment about using ultraviolet light through an endoscope process.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely possible because ultraviolet light basically kills everything. And they dogged on him for it. And there's a company out there that was actually in the process of developing that at the same time that he jokingly made this comment. They couldn't release their product because the media and everybody made fun of him for saying that we should just use ultraviolet light to kill COVID in people's lungs. And they never released their product. Did you just burn yourself?
Ow.
You stupid ass.
I am not a smart man, but I know what love is.
It's fire. So this one, I think I poured us. I think I poured me a little more than I poured you. That's all right. It's fine.
I mean, it's yours. I'm not going to complain.
Well, I know, but I like this one a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
I burnt my tip.
And your tip. Of
Just
your
the
finger.
tip of my penis.
Oh, this smells so good. I'm enjoying this little blind flight that you're going through.
It's good.
Because when we get done, I don't want you to know what they are because I want you to rate them.
This smells really good. This is my favorite on the nose, I can tell you right now.
Yeah. But I want you to rate them.
This smells like honeydew or some kind of melon.
Okay.
I get like it's a fruity smell. I can't place it, but it smells more like a citrus and a melon to me. I could be way off. You're going to be like, oh, it's oak, cinnamon, and sage.
Toilet babies.
Toilet babies. Meh. I walked in on that third turd and it was like, are you my daddy?
So go ahead. Take a sip of it. Let me know what you think. Well, what do you get on the nose? First, you said like honey.
A little citrus and some kind of fruit. I'm leaning more towards some kind of big old double D melon.
Okay. There's a lot listed here that I don't get.
There's something else I'm getting, but I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you what they say is the nose.
All right, you read that off while I taste.
You taste. So on the nose, sweet, oily, and grassy. Very glossy feel. I get spun sugar, tea, honey, chamomile, peanut skins, orange, vanilla fudge.
Did you say penis skin?
Yes. Over time, I don't want to give that away yet.
The funny thing is, right before you said tea, I tasted and I went another tea. This tastes more tea than the last one.
Okay.
Sweet tea, just good old fashioned.
Yeah.
Not McDonald's where you got to chew it.
No, it just says tea and honey. Sugar, tea, and honey.
Well, I had the tea.
And orange, so you got the citrus.
On the taste, I got the tea.
And then vanilla and fudge.
I don't get fudge at all.
I don't know what vanilla fudge tastes like because anything white chocolate is not good.
Do you know what toilet fudge tastes like?
No. I feel like though if you're eating ass, you're eating ass.
Yeah, I would say that is true.
Yeah, I like this. And you never go ass to mouth. So
92 proof.
I'll have to look that up too. So what do you get on the palate on this?
I get tea. I'm trying to place the accoutrements that are going with my tea. And I don't know if I can. Let me try again.
Crap. I can't see it in my picture.
No, this is a higher proof. A little bit, not much.
Can't see it
I'm just going to say 100. Nice even round number.
Okay. I'll have to.
It might be a little lower, but I'm going to call it 100. Good burn on the tip of the tongue.
The teeth, the lips.
Tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the tits.
Titties.
Titty sprinkles.
I
love titty sprinkles. I got tea and titty sprinkles on the palate.
You know what would be really good? Titty sprinkles.
I put titty sprinkles on everything. Some mornings I put them on my pancakes. Sometimes I put them on my wee-wee.
Let's see here.
It's a lot of this one I think would be phenomenal on the rocks. Like this is almost like this might be like a peach tea, like a fruit tea of some sort, raspberry tea.
A fruit tea. It is fruit tea.
But
all right, so I'm having an issue finding the
proof of it.
The proof here.
You might have to go visit the bottle.
I may have to.
Because I do want to know if we can.
Well, I'll get it here in a second. I just need to.
Yeah, I'm getting fruits and tea. There's something else there that I can't place it.
Okay, well,
I know what it is. Dry roasted boll weevil.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I put boll weevil with everything.
Let's see. Get the fuck out of here with your. I need to see you. Are you over the age of 21?
I don't even know what boll weevil is. I only say that randomly at times because I'm quoting without a paddle. They hear a noise in the woods when they're like on their pot farm, and dude's like,
Okay, so this is 45.6.
So that would be 91.2.
Sure.
Okay, well, that sucks because I almost said 92 since I said 91 last time, or 93 last time, whatever I said.
All right.
Mo will correct me.
So
I'll forget about it, but he'll still send a message saying, "You said this," and I'll say, "What are you talking about?"
So here we go. So on the palate, the shit that you can't figure out. Sweet with herbal notes of lacy tannic structure that reminds me very much of southern sweet tea.
I said Southern style sweet tea.
Okay. There's also orange peel, peppermint leaves, soy sauce for an earthy anchor. I don't get the soy sauce. I don't get an earthy anchor on any of this.
No, not at all.
Oaks in the tail, but it's very low key.
I'll put my oak in your tail.
Raisin-like sherry with lightly oxidized quality and a thin mouth feel and relatively low flavor amplitude makes it easy to drink.
It is easier. I almost said cherry, but I was like, I don't think it's cherry.
They're saying raisin.
Said raisin like cherry.
No, not raisin-like. Raisin-like sherry.
Oh, sherry.
Yeah, the bitch down the street.
I don't even know her.
Well,
how would I know what she tastes like?
Ass to mouth.
Gross.
I know.
I mean, I'm not here to kink shame, but it's just not my thing.
And then, let's see.
My favorite part about that, though, is lacy tannic.
Yeah.
Lacy tannics. You know why? Because they're way more fun to party with and way sexier than the old normal stick in the mud prude tannics.
Yeah.
I like some lacy tannics.
Well, I was going to say lacies.
Kinkier.
Usually lacies are no fun to party with, but
I don't know her
I'd
either.
rather just party with tannics.
If I ever have a kid again, I'm going to name them Tannics.
Tannics. All right. So I need you to, because you've finished them all.
Yep.
I need you to rate them.
That's going to be tough.
I need you to rate them.
Because they're all different. I'm going to rate them exactly in reverse order that I tried them in. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But very close margins because any of these, I feel like I like everything more on the rocks. I think any of these would be great to chill in your pool, sitting on the side, leaning on the edge.
Yeah.
Sipping them over the rocks.
Is there one? Well, so you can only in this case you can only choose one now. So you can rate them,
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
So it's like
1, 2,
if you
3.
can only have one of these the rest
If you
of your
can
life.
only have one of these, which one would you go with?
It's really tough with these three. They're all good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them all. I'm trying to think back so I don't judge unfairly and say the last one. But I think I like the last one the best. It was like a Southern sweet tea. I think on the rock that would be fantastic.
Okay. The last one's the one I think you've had before.
Okay.
All right. So I'll give them to you in the order that you rank them.
Okay.
So the last one was Virgil Kaine Ash Cat.
Well done, Virgil Kaine. You win. They make great stuff, and we have had Ash Cat.
They do, and that's the one we've had. So the other two, I'm not sure if you've had or not. So number 2 was Virgil Kaine Robber Baron Rye.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
Okay, so that was number 2,
Actually, I had a bottle of that.
and then
I think you got it for me even.
number 3 was Virgil Kaine Rip Track Bourbon.
That's why I love them all. They're all Virgil Kaine.
They're all Virgil Kaine. We did a blind Virgil Kaine flight.
I love it. I've had the Rip Track too. I've had all these.
All right.
Love them all. That's when I said 1, 2, 3. Very close margin. I meant it.
Well, they're basically all the same.
If I had to taste these and somebody's like, "I'm going to give you a bottle of the one you pick," I would not be mad with any of these. So yeah.
So
They didn't vary that much. They were all about the same proof,
so
just different notes.
the Ash Cat is a blend of the high rye, the Robber Baron, and a wheated bourbon.
Okay,
But they don't make a wheated.
so that was outsourced.
So I don't know where that come from. And then there's there's the Robber Baron that we had, and then they have the Rip Track, which is their bourbon. So yeah,
I think Rip Track's what I had a bottle of. I know I've had bottles of the ginger.
I would say it's the one with the train on it, but they both have trains on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to one bottle of Electric Owl now.
Yeah, I saw you killed the one.
I
felt sad for you, but not in like all that sucks kind of way, but like it's the end of an era.
It is.
I'm glad he enjoyed that last pour.
But I have one more bottle left.
Womp womp. And I saw your post. It ain't getting cracked for a while.
It is not getting it. It will not be open for a while.
What if you let that sit for however long? 6 months, 10 years, and then it just sucks.
It's been sitting there for 2 years now.
Has it?
About that, yeah.
I've yet to have a bad Virgil Kaine. I don't think it exists.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Ribbon Rail Rye.
Like,
That was their latest limited edition. That's the bottle that they sent us.
but it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. That was the last
I
bottle
can
they
think of
sent us.
other distilleries that I've had that I went, no, I don't want that.
Right.
Virgil Kaine, I've never had one that was like, I will not ever drink that again. I will not pay for that.
No, I make trips. Like
Yeah.
I may when I'm down in the area, I make trips to specifically pick up Virgil Kaine.
I got to hit up Mike McLaren. He's supposed to have 3 bottles of ginger for me.
Yeah, I talked to him. You don't have 3 bottles anymore.
Oh, I don't? I figured if he didn't message me, it was gone.
I bought them all.
Did you really? I wouldn't even be mad. I think it's funny if you did. Did you?
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I've drank so much of your bourbon over the last 4 years.
Yeah, he's like, I need to get time with you, and so I can get you.
But you know what I'm going to do when I
bottle.
get home? I'm going to message him like, hey, when can I get that Virgil Kaine? I got buddies coming over. My grandpa just died. My wife's sick and in the ER. I could really use
I'm just gonna send a message. Now I'm like, whatever Randy tells you, it's a lie.
Dang it, I should have told you. No, I'm not mad that you bought them.
I didn't buy them. I'm just fucking with you.
Honestly, if you bought them, they're his. If he sells them to anybody or he keeps them, I wouldn't be mad.
Well,
but
he picked them up for us. But I told him, he's like, yeah, I need to find time to get with you so I can get the bottle, your bottle to you. I'm like, how many bottles did you pick up? He's like, well, I got 3 for Randy. I got 1 for you. And I'm like, so you got 4 for me?
I still wouldn't be mad.
I said, I'm going to go ahead and take them. I said, Randy's going to pay for them.
Fine. Here's the one thing I know about you, though. All joking aside, if they were, quote-unquote, my bottles and I paid for them, you wouldn't mess with them.
No, I wouldn't.
and that's why I trust and respect you.
That's why.
But if you did buy them and he sold them, I wouldn't be mad at all.
I was like,
That is funny.
Randy's not getting that shit. And he starts laughing.
You had me. I was like, oh, okay, you bought them. Good job.
I haven't even paid him for mine yet.
Because
So.
you know why? If you buy them, that means eventually I'll probably get another
You probably get a
ginger old fashioned.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad. I've literally I've probably had many dozens of bottles over the course of 4 years
here, yes.
of your stuff. So
Well,
like, yeah,
my
I
next-
would not be mad.
As much as I am on my Virgil Kaine kick every time I go down to the South, now it's Virgil Kaine and trying to get to Old Raleigh.
Old Raleigh was a surprise.
So
on how good it was.
And we'll finish the show off, but a quick story. So Corey was on the show the last couple shows, and he sends me a message, like screenshots from a message that he had with somebody, and he's like, "Hey, can to whoever this guy is, can you get Old Raleigh?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, how many bottles do you want?" I'm in Tennessee.
Oh, jeez. Is Old Raleigh in Tennessee?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hold on. And I'm like reading through, and I'm like, be wary. I said, this is probably a scam. And he's like, I follow him. Everything seems to be legit. I'm like, I have probably 50 accounts that follow me that are all like, I can get you whatever, buy whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you see it, I have it. If you don't see it, I can get it. I said, just
Caution.
be cautious about it. I said, don't pay anything. I said, other than cash in person. It's that kind of deal. Like, I wouldn't.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know the person, like if you said it to me, I'd send you cash.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah. But yeah, if it's somebody you don't know, yeah.
Cash in person. So no shipping bottles. You're going to fucking have it when we meet up. And that's how things are going to go down. And he sends maybe an hour or two later, he sends me a message back. And he's just like, yep, that shit was a scam.
Yeah.
He wanted me to pay him, and then he was going to ship the bottles to me. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, hard pass
on all of that. It's easier just to make the 12-hour drive
and not lose money
and spend a little more money to get what you want out of it than it is to. So, but yeah, I was like, all right, crisis averted. Like, don't fucking fall for that shit. I said, I can get you the stuff. Why? I don't know that I told him this. I can get you the stuff, Corey. It just may take 6 months.
Yeah.
But I know people who are constantly traveling back and forth between there, and I'm, the next time they go down, it's like, hey, pick me up a bottle, and if you're willing to wait for it, I can get it.
That's the one thing I like about Facebook is people are like, we're down here on vacation, and I'll message somebody like, hey, if you happen to go to the liquor store, which certain people I know they're going to.
If you happen to drive by any liquor store, stop.
Right. Check them all.
So, all right.
Let me run through my last Did You Know's rapid fire, because then I just can delete them with the phone.
No, let's not do that right now.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Okay, so check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Tweetstagram, Buckhorn Ministries Outdoor Show.
Yeah,
2021.
Should we even have them still on still?
Why not, man?
I mean, I don't care one way or another.
I don't either.
I just hate doing I hate doing like
they seem like nice, genuine guys.
Interview stuff. Though.
Yeah. Probably.
Like that's
I don't care.
I love having Jason on. I just want him. I want him here, or I want to be there.
And I got feedback from my mom and my brother
and Patrick
when Jason was working on the car. They thought it was hilarious that he'd forget to turn the mic off because they're like, "We're trying to listen." Over here, it's like clang, 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 clang. They loved it.
It's good stuff.
Like, hey, okay.
It's good stuff. Even though he didn't talk much, which is fine. Just his presence on the show, and
their favorite part was when his coworker walked in and realized there's like dudes on his phone, and they don't know what's going on because he's got the AirPods in.
Yeah, he's got an AirPod in.
So they just look under. He's working on a car with two dudes staring at him. That's a weird chatterbait.
What's up? This is like chat roulette.
You got Jason's chatterbait's just him wrenching on cars.
Yeah.
People paying him money because he's so sexy.
He is.
See a hot man work on a
Porsche. God. All right. I'm Martel. He's Randy.
Peace.
We're out.
Bye.
Hugs and high fives.
Pizza and chicken grease.